Hi, Barry Smith with Building What Matters. I want to thank you for checking out this video. And today I'd like to talk to you about the 5 pillars of influential leadership. Let me ask you a question first. What would you consider your biggest asset in your business? I don't think anybody would argue with me to say that it's probably their labor. And at the same time, what would be your greatest liability? Same answer. So if our labor, if our people are our greatest liability and our greatest asset, why is it that we spend more money and resources on operations, equipment, software upgrades, anything but our people? So let's jump into the 5 pillars, because I think that anytime you look at a leader, in fact, our employees are actually looking for opportunities to come to them. And our leaders are the ones that grab those opportunities and do something with them. So what if we could start changing the mindset of our employees more like leaders? And I've seen that any of our really influential leaders that we see today, I think they've gone through a progression to make them those influential leaders. And I call that progression the 5 pillars of influential leadership. So let's get after it. Pillar 1, awareness. Do you know, can you honestly tell me where you're at right now? Do you know where you want to go? Do you understand where you've been and why that's brought you to where you're at? If you don't know where you're at, how are you going to determine where you want to go? It's kind of like a road map. If you don't know where you're going to start, how can you plot the course? So awareness is important. You got to start there. Pillar number 2, environment. This is a tough one. This is probably the hardest pillar to tackle. The environment you are in is going to directly relate to your success, and you have to ask yourself this question: is the environment I'm in conducive to growth? For a lot of us it's not, and we need to do something to change that. And there's 2 choices. You can either change the environment you're in, or you can look for another environment. My guess is most of you aren't interested right now in looking for another environment. Pillar number 3, growth. Nothing more important than growing. And you have to ask yourself, what is your growth plan right now? Are you doing stuff to increase your business skills, life skills, personal skills, relational skills? Growth doesn't happen in a day, it happens daily. And without using the words intentionality and accountability, you're going to have a hard time with growth. Pillar number 4, communication. Now that you've got all this stuff figured out with awareness and environment and growth, now you can start communicating that with others and start building leaders around you. Once you can do that, then you can start to become an influential leader. That's where the leadership stuff kicks in. A couple quotes from John Maxwell. Leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less, and everything rises and falls on leadership. So if you follow that, it would seem that everything rises and falls on influence. So you have to ask yourself this: are you really influencing those around you? Those are the 5 pillars. I'd love to work more with you on those. Please contact me at the website shown here on the screen, and hope to hear from you soon. Thank you.